The latest Formula 1 team orders row ignited in Brazil on Sunday as Max Verstappen defied a call from Red Bull to let Sergio Perez overtake him on the final lap of the race. Verstappen passed Perez following a safety car restart at Interlagos and was given the call to go and chase Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc ahead, knowing that taking points off Leclerc would help Perez in his fight for second in the championship. But when Verstappen was told multiple times on the final lap to give Perez the place back after failing to pass Alonso, he refused. Asked what happened when he crossed the line, Verstappen told his race engineer Gianpiero Lambiase, "I told you already last time, you guys don't ask me that again, okay? Are we clear about that? I gave my reasons and I stand by it." Perez was left disappointed by Verstappen's decision, saying on the radio, "It shows who he really is." Perez added in the media pen after the race that he was surprised Verstappen did not help him, noting his own efforts to help Max win last year's title. It now means Perez is tied on 290 points with Leclerc going into the season finale, and although Verstappen has vowed he will now help his teammate in Abu Dhabi, this has still shown a big fracture within their relationship. So why didn't Verstappen help Perez in Brazil, and what does it mean for their future? Verstappen mentioned on the radio he had reasons, and he repeated that line in the media pen after the race, saying it was good those reasons had finally been discussed with Perez in an emergency meeting that was called before facing the media. Although Verstappen wouldn't go into detail, he did mention it related to something in the past. That something could be Perez's Q3 crash at Monaco, which happened more than 5 months ago at the end of May. If you remember, Perez lost the rear of his Red Bull car coming through Portier on his final lap in qualifying, causing him to hit the wall and crash out. The red flag meant no drivers could improve their laps, including Verstappen, who was left 4th on the grid and frustrated on the radio he couldn't complete his lap and fight for pole. Perez went on to win the race for Red Bull, while Verstappen could only finish 3rd. After the race, Jos Verstappen wrote a column for his website saying Red Bull should have favoured Max Verstappen more with his strategy, claiming it instead helped out Perez. Clips were floating around social media in the wake of Verstappen's comments in Brazil of Perez's Monaco crash, with prominent figures in the Dutch F1 media claiming there had been some questions about Perez's accident and whether or not it was deliberate to bring out a red flag and stop any more improvement. But Red Bull's narrative after the race was to move on from the team orders row. They said the drivers had talked about it, cleared the air, and that for Abu Dhabi, Verstappen would do everything he could to help Perez get second in the championship. Christian Horner said it would not be swept under the carpet, but it was very clear how things would be moving forward. Yet even if Verstappen does pull a 180 and become a dutiful teammate once again for the season finale, this acts as a major blow in the teammate partnership that just 12 months ago played such a huge role in Verstappen's title win. Perez still has 2 years to run on his contract, but is he going to be as willing to help Max out in the future after the incident at Interlagos? For a season that has gone so well for Red Bull and with both titles already in the bag, this team orders row is a headache it did not need. But it could be an important moment in defining where the power lies at the team moving forward.